On this Tuesday night, we have our first game of the night of two semifinals matchups as we have the one-seeded Milwaukee Bucks trying to extend their series lead to 2-0 if they can win this one at home. Well, the Miami Heat are going to try and tie this series up after being blown out in game one. Big game. It seemed the Heat were embarrassed in game one by the Bucks, and the Bucks just would not stop scoring, and their defense was at the best we've seen it all playoffs. What can the Heat do to fix this from happening again?
Well, they're going to need a better game out of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. They're two stars. Most of the Miami Heat struggled there in Game 1, and obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo continued his great playoff run with a monster Game 1. They could not slow him down. They're going to have to hope that he struggles tonight, and they're going to have to just play a lot overall better defense as a group. They struggled in almost every kind of way on Sunday against them in Game 1. So we'll see if Miami can try and win one in Milwaukee here without going back to Miami down 2-0.
And I think on the Bucks side, you can't expect to shoot in the 60% or higher range again in game two. But as long as your defense shows out like they did in game one, you should be fine, especially when Middleton and Bledsoe only combined for 6 points, I believe, in game one. As Brook Lopez acted as the second star in this, as he almost had a double-double with 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks. So we'll see who's the X factor, either in the starting lineup besides Giannis Antetokounmpo or off their bench. And we should be starting soon as we have Lopez and Adebayo at half court. It'll be Bucks ball to start. Lopez misses a
Lopez
three
takes the
there.
first shot.
Butler trying to get Middleton off of him, but he'll be fouled by Giannis Antetokounmpo. That could be huge for the Heat if they can get a second foul early on Giannis.
Well, if you're Miami, that's what you want to see too out of Jimmy Butler, driving and attacking the rim early. And obviously he was able to pick up the foul there and hit both free throws. But that's what you'd rather have out of Jimmy Butler. You'd rather have him drive and try to pick up fouls or take shots close to the rim compared to him shooting jumpers all night long.
Oh, but Giannis drives right in for the finger roll over two Heat defenders. And now the Heat have run the same play once again where they set up Adebayo for a screen right at the free throw line for a Jimmy Butler drive. And the Bucks forwards just have not been helping off of it. Here comes Giannis. Can't hit the layup. The Heat are going to run in the fast break. Duncan
We'll
Robinson
pull
for
up three
three.
Robinson.
Wow.
Miami's offense really clicking here early in game two. A pull up three and two drives by Jimmy Butler. And obviously a couple of free throws by Jimmy Butler as well.
But Middleton hits a three. Bang. Yep, it's good. Oh, good defense by Lopez. Giannis trying to get around Butler, and he's going to get the foul. So now one foul on Butler. Giannis goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Good
Well, offensive
rebound by
board there out of
Bam.
bio.
That's going to be the opportunities Bam Adebayo is going to have to take advantage of in this series. He's going to have a lot of
Another
offensive
great
rebound.
screen there.
He's going to have a lot of offensive rebound chances when Lopez or Giannis go over to help. And the Heat continue
Butler
to
with another
score.
easy finish.
They've been dominating the fast break opportunities so far in this game. Giannis gets a rebound, and he will score off his own miss. And this game has been very fast-paced so far, big game. Are you surprised by the change from game one?
Well, obviously Miami watched the tape on game one and saw something. They drew up a couple of nice plays so far to get Jimmy Butler driving and obviously get Jimmy Butler open. As Butler misses there, and then obviously Robinson is the pull-up three. And
Giannis pull-up
Giannis with a
three.
pull-up three.
Oh, but he gets a rebound.
Another offensive rebound. Butler on him again. Butler can't pick up his second
Wow,
foul, and
tough
he doesn't, but
finish.
Giannis finishes. Now, obviously, the Bucks have drawn up a couple of plays for Chris Middleton, who's gotten open at a couple three-point attempts so far.
And that's Mike Budenholzer recognizing his second star hasn't really gotten many shots so far in the playoffs. So that's good to see a change. Oh, and Butler will get the second foul. With 2:17 left, Butler now has 2 fouls. Should be taken out by Eric Spoelstra.
And he is, along with most of the Miami, actually, I believe it is all of Miami's starters are now on the bench for the second unit here. Oh, Kelly Olynyk offensive rebound. Can't finish.
He gets another
Third
one.
rebound.
Goran Dragic can't hit. Here come the Bucks in fast break. Oh, Giannis wide open,
Oh.
reverse one-handed jam. The Heat will call timeout as the Bucks are on a run here in the fast break, as even with the Heat's offensive rebounds, Giannis has been matching it, if not with more. And Giannis is going to stay in. Seems like he's going to play the rest of the first quarter. Kelly Olynyk has a mismatch in the post. Oh, it's blocked by Giannis.
Not quite sure why they went back to the matchup of Goran Dragic with Giannis on him.
Wow, what a shot and finish by Giannis. Oh, and Dragic almost loses the ball off his foot. And big game with this Heat's benching against the Bucks bench. Besides Giannis being in, who would you be going to?
Well, I would obviously their number one option is Dragic, but they have some three-point shooters out there. Tyler Hero, the rookie, obviously Jay Crowder is a veteran, and Andre Iguodala, another veteran, along with Kelly Olynyk, who can knock down the three ball as well. So obviously a good three-point shooting group out there. So really a lot of options, but so far it's just been really a lot of Goran Dragic taking the majority of the shots and tough ones as Crowder takes a tough one there.
And the defense right now has been all Giannis. George Hill takes a pull-up three, can't hit. The quarter ends 16-11 Bucks. Big game as we get back here in the second quarter. That first quarter was dominated by Giannis Antetokounmpo as he continues his huge playoff run so far. I'm sure we're not going to see him, though, until later in the second quarter after playing the entire first quarter.
Yeah, you probably won't see him till about the 2 or 3 minute mark here in the second quarter. if not less than that. No, Dragic with a tough step back can't hit. Miami's been stuck on 11 points here now for quite a while.
Oh, but Jay Crowder gets a steal off Corver. They continue to attack with Dragic, and he gets it stolen. He's been struggling so far. Oh, great pass by George Hill. And Dante DiVincenzo gives the Bucks a 7-point lead here early in the second quarter. Crowder's going to be fouled going up for a layup by Marvin Williams.
First Miami Heat points coming at the free throw line here. About a 4-minute stretch.
Yeah, I believe the Heat led the Bucks 11-7 about middle of that first quarter and just fell apart. Silva gets the ball inside and he'll score. It's now a 3-point game. It seems without Giannis in, the Bucks bench has not been able to find a way to score besides on fast break. DiVincenzo looking for an ISO. He's going to have to take the shot.
Oh,
Tough one in the paint and misses.
nice half spin there by Dante to get open, but couldn't finish the layup. Now Dragic drives on the other end and takes a tough layup that's no good. Marvin Williams with some good defense. Oh, and that's
Whoa,
stolen.
Dragic. And he'll get his first score of the game, as it's now a 1-point game. Big game, as you saw there, Goran Dragic usually averages about 20 points in 12-minute quarters against the Bucks. But so far, he hasn't looked too good in this series.
No, he hasn't. There was a tough pull up by Jay Crowder. Looked like Crowder could have got to the rim there, but decided to pull up. Didn't get to go. And especially for Miami, is going to need Goran Dragic to turn back to, as Lopez with a nice turnaround hook with Dragic on in there. They're going to need the Goran Dragic to score 10 a game in this kind of series to be able to stay with the Bucks.
Yeah, if the Heat want any chance in this series, it's not the regular season anymore. And this Bucks team, maybe a few years ago, would be known as a team without playoff experience or wins. But after that run last year, losing the Toronto Raptors in the conference finals, I think they're ready to take it to the next step. And it's going to take every X factor on a team like the Heat to beat them. Oh, and Butler, tough fadeaway. Wow. And this game is tied. The Bucks got out.
So far, we've seen a much improved Jimmy Butler here in Game 2 than we did in Game 1.
And I think this is going to be a much-needed run out of him, as Giannis won't be in until later in the quarter. So it's going to be opportunity for the Bucks, Middleton, and Bledsoe to do well. But now Robinson one-hand jam. It gives the Heat their first lead since early in the first quarter.
And that was poked away yet again by Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy Butler playing great on both ends so far in this first half.
Oh, Bledsoe right by Nunn. Nice crossover to the floater. And you look at that big game, the Bucks tied, yet shooting 47% compared to the Heat's 38%.
Well, a lot of that is Giannis Antetokounmpo is an offensive rebound there by Adebayo after the Butler miss. A lot of that was Giannis scoring in the first quarter, and obviously they went on that run to go up by 5, 6, 7 points there in that first quarter and the start of the second quarter. But Milwaukee hasn't been able to hold it as Miami's come back with the starters back in, or
And
most of the starters back in.
Bledsoe misses a tough Euro step, and Bam Adebayo will get the rebound. We'll see if the Heat can extend their lead. Oh, blocked by
Oh,
Lopez. They continue to go to Butler. Takes a fadeaway. He hits. He's up to 11 big game, and I think this is exactly what you asked out of him in this game, too. The Heat want a chance. It's got to be Butler who goes off.
well, it is. That's their star. That's their big piece. That's who they signed in the offseason to be their leader. And in a playoff type game, that's the person you're going to rely on heavily.
They're going to go to Butler again. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. He goes in the
Oh,
paint.
nice moves by
He's
Butler.
going to get fouled. It'll be Giannis' second. And big game this whole time, Butler's been having a great quarter. He's had 2 fouls. Does that just speak to how much Erik Spoelstra trusts his veteran star?
Well, I think that's the good way of putting it. Trusting the star, but I also think that just shows you how intelligent Jimmy Butler is in a playoff game. Not to know to be as aggressive as though Olynyk picks up a foul there on Giannis. Not to be as aggressive, but still put his imprint on the game, and we've seen that here in the second quarter. As he's gotten a couple of steals and a lot of tough buckets have fallen for Jimmy Butler.
And if you just saw Giannis's points pop up on the screen, he is 16 of the Bucks 25. So this might be one of those games that the Bucks really need the effort out of their bench or someone else in the starting lineup. Otherwise, they could risk dropping a game here at home in game 2. Butler's got to take the mid-range. Can't hit. And that'll be our halftime score as it's 28-25 Miami. Great first half out of the 2 stars in Butler and Giannis Antetokounmpo. And as we begin our halftime show, big game, we saw much improved Miami Heat first half there. Even shooting 38%, they're leading this game. And I think that speaks to getting to the free throw line, especially by Jimmy Butler. And otherwise, it's been pretty even with the Bucks getting blocks, but the Heat have been getting turnovers from their steals. Anything else that stands out for you, big game?
Well, obviously, you see the Bucks shooting 10% better than the Heat, but down 3 at half here at home. And I think a lot of that speaks to obviously Giannis was 16 points at half. As you said, 16 out of 25. So the rest of the team uh, really struggling. And that's why Miami has the lead. Is other than Giannis, nobody's really stepped up for the Bucks to really help put them up.
And as we're back here in Milwaukee for game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Bucks and the Heat, the Miami Heat are leading this game by 3 points starting the third quarter. And if you're the Bucks, that's a great first half out of Giannis Antetokounmpo as expected, but now you need the other guys to show up like they did in game 1. Here comes Bledsoe. He misses the layup.
Oh, Butler can't finish.
And the Bucks are going to slow things down here. Lopez and Matthews kind of getting mixed up here on which way the screen needs to go. Lopez in the paint. Can't score. Duncan Robinson in the post, surprisingly. He's got to take the shot. He'll hit a hook. The Heat's lead extends
Straight
to
over
5.
Wesley Matthews.
Milton's going to get that screen. Can't get open this time. But he gets the switch he wants on a Duncan Robinson. He easily scores. None. Fade away. Does not hit. Oh, alley-oop to Giannis. Wesley Matthews, great pass. And big game, what do you think Wesley Matthews adds to this Bucks starting lineup?
Obviously, Wesley Matthews is kind of a journeyman around the league. He's played for multiple different teams between Portland, Indiana, Dallas. Obviously, he's here in Milwaukee now. Has had a few injuries throughout his career. Oh, Giannis drives and throws down a dunk, got through the lane there. Bucks up one time on Miami. He's a veteran that brings playoff experience, good locker room presence. Obviously, him and Kyle Korver, I believe, are probably the leaders of this squad, along with George Hill. Been in the league a while. Obviously, went to Marquette here in Milwaukee. So I don't think you could really say much negative things about Wesley Matthews coming back and playing for the Bucks here.
And it seems both teams are going to bring in a combination. No, actually, the Heat are going to bring in their whole bench here. Well, Milwaukee will once again leave Giannis out with the bench like they did in the first quarter. Giannis, fadeaway 3, can hit. Unexpected shot by Giannis there. And with Giannis out here right now, big game, I think that key run's going to be to start the fourth quarter with Butler and Adebayo, hopefully getting a decently sized lead for you if you can. Or if the Bucks get out to a bigger lead here, it'll depend on that.
Yeah, that will be the start of the fourth quarter of this game will really, as you said, be the defining point in this game. Oh, Giannis is blocked from behind by Silva, I believe.
Yeah.
The start of the fourth quarter will definitely be the defining moment in this game, whether Miami has to come back from a deficit or if they're able to open up a deficit. It was a tough shot there by Myers Leonard.
Giannis into the paint. He can't score, but he gets offensive rebound. He looks like he takes a fadeaway. No good. And Giannis only has 4 second half points so far. Dragic,
Oh, Dragic
fadeaway.
three.
And he continues to struggle in game 2. 1 for 8. Bucks moving the ball around to Dante for a mid-range. No, it's going to go Robin Lopez. He scores. And it seems like the offensive glass has gone to the Bucks in this game so far, but even with the points in the paint, as you just saw on the screen, they're only leading by 1.
Well, I think you could say both defenses really stepped up here in this third quarter. A pretty low-scoring third quarter for both teams here. Oh,
Wow, Andre
Iguodala.
Iguodala. That seemed like a throwback move by Andre Iguodala to his 76ers birthdays. Oh, and Silva gets postered this time. He blocked Giannis about 3 plays ago and now gets posterized.
Giannis can't make the free throw though. And you see Jimmy Butler back out on the floor now for Miami, along with Adebayo, Dragic, Tyler Hero, and Kelly Olynyk. So a mix and match of starters and bench players here for Miami to end the second quarter or third quarter. Oh, and with .2 left, Adebayo hits a turnaround jumper to put Miami back up one here at the end of the third quarter.
And as we're back here in Milwaukee for the fourth quarter, the Bucks are down 1 in this game too, 36-35. That defensive third quarter kind of changed the pace in this game, big game. What do you expect out of this fourth quarter?
Well, I think you'll see Jimmy Butler continue his hot hand. Bledsoe drives there and is fouled by Olynyk. Obviously, I think you'll see Giannis sit for a couple of minutes here, 2 to 3 minutes to start this fourth. And during that period, Miami will have to try and extend or gain a lead or hold on to the lead that they just had that's now gone. And if you're Milwaukee, you're hoping that maybe Bledsoe's the only starter out there other than Lopez and Matthews. So you hope maybe Bledsoe can get some points as Butler's fouled there.
And Big M, what do you think about the Bucks putting Pat Connaughton on Jimmy Butler here in the fourth quarter?
Well, obviously it's a minor thing until Chris Middleton can come back when he's rested. We'll see if it works out for him. I think it's a pretty interesting play, especially with how Butler's played already. Oh, and there's a turnover by Matthews there.
And now Bledsoe on Butler out of the fast break. Oh, he's going to throw an alley-oop to Adebayo, and he tips it in.
Great pass there.
Bledsoe, little mid-range, he'll hit it. And this is turning into a back-and-forth game since halftime. Nunn trying to get around Ilyasova. Oh, he blocks it. Bucks running the fast break. Bledsoe gets fouled, cannot finish. He'll go to the line once again. And you're right, big game. So far this quarter for the Bucks has been Eric Bledsoe getting the ball in his hands as he's 3 for 4 on free throws.
Oh, and here comes Robinson again. Robinson fouled. Driving in Bledsoe picks up another foul. That's his second in as many possessions here. A lot of free throws here to start this fourth quarter.
And if these teams aren't careful, we might see some early bonuses for one, if not both of these teams. Bledsoe again, trying to attack. Can't finish. Butler gets by everyone. He'll give the Heat a 3-point lead. Now the question is, big game. We see Milton is sub back in, but when is Giannis Antetokounmpo going to come back in for the Bucks?
Well, like I pointed out at the start of the quarter, you'll probably see him in at around the 3-minute mark, maybe 2:30. It won't be long.
And I think if you're the Heat, knowing that he's going to come back into this game, you got to start scoring more and get out to a larger lead. Oh, Bledsoe throws it down, and he gives the Bucks the lead, 44-43, as he is taking over for the Bucks in this fourth quarter.
Oh, a spin by Nunn. Got by Bledsoe, but slows down. Now he has Ilyasova on him. And now Lopez blocks it.
Oh,
Adebayo
and he blocks
clean lane
another.
blocked again by
Wow.
Lopez.
Butler's got to shoot this. 3 seconds. Fadeaway three. Can't hit, but it's back to Bam
Oh, offense
Adebayo. None
rebound
for
to
three.
Nunn, wide open for
Oh
three. Nunn
my,
drills a
what a
three.
possession. Wow. And this Bucks
3 or 4
team,
offensive rebounds there.
you know, you played great defense if you're the Bucks there, but you just couldn't finish it off. Oh, now Nunn almost gets a steal, but he can't get out to three for Bledsoe. Can't answer. And there's Giannis Antetokounmpo at the scores table waiting to be subbed in. But now the Heat with a 4-point lead. We'll see if the Bucks call timeout here to get their star in. They will. And big game if you're the Bucks down 4. Are you going to continue to draw plays up for Bledsoe, or are you going to go right to your star and Giannis?
Well, obviously, you'll go right to the star and Giannis, but if it gets done or it gets in tough, you'll have to find an open Middleton or Bledsoe. Bledsoe's really carried here in this fourth quarter so far.
And we'll also see Dante DiVincenzo sub in. Oh, alley-oop to Giannis for Bledsoe. Great play. They're going to be going with DiVincenzo instead of Wesley Matthews to end the game as well. .202 left, and the Heat will take a timeout. Big game, what do you think is being discussed by Eric Spoelstra here?
Obviously, Bucks called the timeout and came out of that with a nice lob set up to Giannis. So I'm sure Eric Spoelstra wanted to calm his troops down a little bit, maybe get this Pfizer form a little bit quieted down, and maybe drop a play of his own for Jimmy Butler.
Tough shot by Bam Adebayo, no good, and it's going to go out to Middleton. To Dante DiVincenzo, the corner, it's good! And the Bucks take a 1-point lead on that three, and the substitution by Mike Budenholzer works out with DiVincenzo coming in for Wesley Matthews.
Oh, and here comes Butler driving
Brook
down.
Lopez
he swatted
again! We'll see if Miami has a play to be drawn up. Goran Dragic misses another shot, and his struggles continue. Giannis and one. Wow. What a change. This game was 48-44, and the Bucks have taken over. And you are hearing MVP chants, big game. I think it's just obvious to say he's just since he's come back in the game, his impact has been felt.
And he picks up his third foul. There's Butler drives and go to the line. Yeah, obviously that Budenholzer timeout really helped the Bucks. Brought Giannis back in, and obviously Giannis has been a machine so far in his final 2 minutes.
But the thing that's saving the Heat right now and keeping them in this game is free throws, and Butler makes both of them right there. But it's going to go to Giannis. Over to DiVincenzo again. Can't hit this time. And the Heat have a chance to take a lead with under a minute to go. Butler will give them the lead. Wow, what a finish. Butler up to 20 points. We'll see if the Bucks can answer. Down one, 45 seconds left.
Oh, open lane. Giannis will finish. He finishes that one with authority.
And big game, we're probably thinking it's going to go to Butler here once again. We'll see if he's going to attack the rim as he has all game or get his mid-range.
Oh, and he's fouled again by Giannis. That's Giannis' fourth now. And Miami in bonus now.
And here comes a big free throw to give the Heat the lead. We'll see if Butler can convert. He does.
He does.
And big game, we see a 2.5-second differential on the shot clock. If you're the Bucks, are you going to take the shot right away, or when's the right time to take that shot?
Well, one of the big keys that I look at is the Bucks are only down one here, so even if you take a quick shot and miss, and you foul, oh, as Matthews hits the deep jumper to put the Bucks up one, and the Bucks went quick there, which was my thinking is you go quick because even if you do end up missing there, a foul will only guarantee 2 free throws, which still keeps it a one possession game. And now if you're Miami, you have the same opportunity. You can go early, and if you miss, you foul, and obviously the Bucks can only go up by a maximum of 3 points.
All right, we'll see if the Heat can get into their stars' hands. But no, right now it's in Goran Dragic's hands, who struggled most of the game. He's in the post. He takes the fadeaway. He hits! What a
Wow.
change out of Goran Dragic. Only a second make of the game, and he hits it. Here comes Giannis. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, for 3. Can't hit. Goran Dragic just hit a game winner for the Miami Heat to tie this series up. What a game, big game. 56-55 the final. And we're going to head right into our box score as you see the Bucks side. 28 points out of Giannis. That's what you need out of your star right there. But the 4 from 8 from free throw line probably is not what you need out of him. But we know he has those struggles every once in a while. But Bledsoe really stepped up in that fourth quarter and got the Bucks back in the game. And we almost thought the game was over when the Bucks went on a 7-0 run after Giannis's and one. But Jimmy Butler did not stop attacking the Bucks in that fourth quarter. Anything else on the Bucks side, big game?
Well, other than really that Eric Bledsoe started the fourth quarter, you didn't see the Bucks give much help to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Obviously, Giannis, 28 and 8, did make a 3 and shot 50% from the free throw line, but he didn't have much help tonight, and that is why they lost game 2 here at home to Miami.
And we go over to the Heat. This is the game you needed out of Jimmy Butler. 9 from 10 from the free throw line is the key. He got, I believe, Giannis's 4 fouls were all from Jimmy Butler's drives. And Bam Adebayo, 8 points, 10 rebounds. Could ask for more points, but he was there defensively and on the glass. And Duncan Robinson, there's your X factor for the game. He showed up he made his only 3, he made 2 free throws, and all of his shots. Anything else for the Heat, big game?
Well, Jimmy Butler really showed up here in game 2, which is what they needed, and even Bam Adebayo put in 8 and 10. So their 2 superstars really helped them out tonight, and obviously Goran Dragic hit that big shot with 8 seconds left. But Miami had a lot of help. Duncan Robinson was scored, and they had some other key scores off the bench, and really it was the Jimmy Butler show there in the fourth quarter for Miami, and he hit the big shots, and obviously then Goran Dragic hit the biggest shot to give Miami the win here in game 2 and head into Miami with this series tied 1-1.
And big game, Goran Dragic, 1 for 9 before he takes that shot. What do you have to say about Erik Spoelstra trusting him with the ball? He doesn't give it to Jimmy Butler. He doesn't even touch it on that last possession. He trusts his point guard with it. How much confidence does that give Goran Dragic going forward in the series?
Well, I think it gives him a pretty good amount of confidence. Obviously, that play, you did see Jimmy Butler was wide open at the 3-point lines. They were kind of bottled up there, but obviously the Bucks defense kind of got bundled up there, and Goran was able to get fadeaway off and a pretty clean look and able to sink it, and that was all about the dagger.
And that's going to do it for us for game 1 of the night. As it was a good one, back and forth in the fourth quarter, most of the second half, as the Heat win game 2 in Milwaukee, and they tie up the series at 1 as they win 56-55. Our next game of the night will be the Rockets traveling to LA once again for game 2 after they lead the series 1-0 after their big win in game 1. We'll be back after 5 to 10 minutes of a break.